Okay, we're here tonight demonstrating on how to insert an enema. This is Brianna Welty. Girl videoing is Christina Cicarella. I have surgery tomorrow, and she's going to put a little video together of something to reference back to.
Yes, as Christina said, we're going to be using a Fleet enema today. This is the saline solution version. They have mineral oil versions if that would be better for you, but I think that's more horse related. Okay. One hopefully will be enough. If not, two will definitely get the job done. Now this is a little bit cold, which could be uncomfortable, but we're going to go ahead and warm this up before use. I suggest a temperature around 98.6, if you know what I mean. Now to use this is going to be very gentle, very quick, and it should work. We're going to go ahead and take this orange top off, and they've already provided you with some lubricant on the tip, this comfort tip. If you need a little bit more lubricant, I suggest KY. Now, I'm going to actually put this back on for demonstration purposes, if you know what I mean. Now, let's say this is warmed up, right? You do have a couple of positions in which you can choose from. I'll demonstrate the two that are on the box.
Can we have a close-up of those on the box, please?
The box, yes, the box is actually
Let's just see like what the box.
The box does help you out a great deal. I don't know how close to get. Is that good?
Let's see here. There's two positions it has on here.
Just imagine that's me.
Laying down and doggy style.
I think that you could get. Okay. You could probably customize it.
What do they call it here? The left side position and the knee chest position.
Yeah. Yes. Either the sideways sex or the downward dog.
Yeah.
Now, as I was about to say, you could probably get a little bit more custom with it as you get more comfortable and used to the effects and the feelings of
monkey bars upside down.
enemas.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. That would be.
If
you have
swing,
monkey bars or
right?
sex swing, you know, a lot of people have this.
Now, but just in case, I just like to make sure I'm clean. I usually put down a towel, but we're just demonstrating for today. Now, as I said, you take this off, but we're going to leave this on. Okay, so
first position.
Alright, so let's get comfortable. Sometimes I use a pillow, but it's up to you.
And if this is too hard for you, let's say your arms are a little short for your confirmation.
Yeah, I can help. I have a 1-800 number. It's 24 hours. Pay my plane ticket, and I'll come right over. Now,
for your girlfriend or boyfriend, do you think that would be something that would be too much to ask them?
If you have a good girlfriend, maybe they'll stick it. I mean, to help you. So go ahead and get comfortable. You're going to be lying here for a couple of minutes, and it's pretty straightforward. This bottle is very flexible. Now, you're not going to use the entire 4.5 fluid ounces, but use as much as you kind of can comfortably.
So if you're a little backed up, you might want to use the whole thing.
And that's why we got the twin pack.
All right.
The twin pack is actually not much more. It's very economical. Don't get the off-brand. This is your ass we're talking about.
Fleet. That's where it is.
As I said, I'm going to have one of my legs fully extended, my bottom leg fully extended, and this is just going to be resting. You can see my knees resting. I could stay here all day.
So, now, I see the position through the camera.
Yes.
However, how do you make sure that your butt is propped up in the right way?
Well, it's not necessarily, this is a good question actually, I get this question a lot. It's not necessarily that your butt needs to be positioned as if, you had to keep it in there. It will be naturally kept in so long as your anal muscles are relaxed.
So it's about the knee. It's about where you're sitting the knee right now.
The knee itself does help. The cock of the hip, that is going to help you, but really it's the relaxation of the anal sphincter muscle that's going to really come in handy. And again, you do need to relax, put on some classical music, I mean, whatever calms you.
Xanax?
Xanax?
Okay. Moving on.
They'll watch out. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and remember, take the tip off, otherwise no go. And you're not going to want to take the tip off after that. So we're going to go ahead and again, go ahead and let your imagination run wild. And just go nice and smooth. You don't want to push hard. If you force it, you could have to go to the doctor. And
serious injury.
That would be Yeah. I'm not going to go into the horror stories.
Make sure you go into how far you insert the tip.
Yes.
And also,
here we go. there's definitely a couple ways. And like I said, should I maybe do this? Would this be easier?
Yeah, that's what I would,
Okay, but
for
this
how
is the
far
position.
to put it in, maybe.
This is position number 1, and let me go ahead and I'll show you position number 2 before I really show you or demonstrate the rest of that.
You can just do the rest of it on position number 2, I think.
Okay. So again,
We
if you've
get
ever
the
done
idea.
yoga, this is reminiscent of the downward dog.
Or doggy style and such.
Or doggy
Same
style,
thing.
which I know nothing about. We're gonna, okay, so go ahead and you can get comfortable, as I said.
Now live demonstrations are all about, the directions on the box, the person in the picture, sometimes people just can't do the exact position of the arm, the legs. What are other, mix it up, other ways that work for other people.
And I do tend to have, most times of the year, a larger posterior than others, but don't be alarmed if you don't have this, it'll work just the same.
I mean, you have a J-Lo booty. I mean, what about the people that just don't, they're all bone there.
Yes, the bone.
It's a little hard.
I have had complaints about flatter bottomed women. It tends to come out easier. The extra packaging that us bigger girls have actually helps keep that in. But again, the key is relaxation. So
and you can
focus on
feel
that
it.
first.
When you're in the position, you can feel how it needs to go down almost towards your belly button, stomach. So
Yes, that was a very good point. Yes.
So, just go with the flow.
Kind of like a tampon.
Feel out
You really
your
wanna
own
go-
anatomy.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
You do have to kind of go with your own anatomy. If you're using this for rectocele issues or something like that, again, that's going to be even more important for the feel. But again, relaxation is key. So just remaining relaxed. Oh, wait, I have to do this with my hand though, right? But with this position, and again, you're going to be in this for 1 to 5 minutes approximately. So go ahead and just get comfortable. I just like to rest my forehead on my arm. And you're just, you really are, like I said, towards the belly button, right here. So when you go in there, you just aim towards your belly button, straight in there.
So you can kind of prop up your arm if you can't reach
Exactly.
back there.
If you need a pillow, that's fine. Yes, if a friend, phone a friend, that always works. So those are 2, again, you could get customized with that. But the key is how you insert this into yourself. Okay.
This is the hard part. Now
This is the hard
after,
part.
how long?
How quick?
What do you do?
How much? How hard you squeeze? We'll go over these all. So again, we're going to say, kind of with the downward dog position that I just had, I'm going to go ahead and kind of create an angle, which I would think would be towards my belly button. And again, this is going to be all personal preference, but comfort is key. It's going to help you get that in there smoother. So you come in, and when you push in, now don't go in all the way. Now as you push in, you're going to kind of Macarena it.
Should you be squeezing the liquid in as you're doing
Yes,
this?
and it's all a gradual, kind of like accelerating. You don't want to accelerate all at once or, something could happen like a speeding ticket. But you do want to go gradually, and...
Kind of like pumping gas. It takes forever. Maybe not.
Okay, well,
I don't know.
and sometimes you experience gas after this. That's
Okay.
totally normal.
Maybe
but
that
make
was
sure
a
that you're
really
near
bad
a toilet just in case. So we're going to go ahead, and like I said, just nice and smooth with the same push. And once...
But not too slow, just in case it starts working that fast.
Well,
I mean,
yeah.
what if it starts working and
It
it's
affects
mid-asshole?
It affects different people different ways, but that's, you see, mid-asshole, you're going to find that actually has to do with your relaxation. You need to go back to step 1.
Right. So don't psych yourself out too much and think, I have to take 10 motherfucking minutes just to insert the liquid.
Yes,
Right.
exactly. This whole process should take no longer
You don't
than-
want to mess. You don't want to
This
mess.
should only take 30 seconds to a minute, depending on the length and your everything.
Okay, gotcha.
Yes, but rhythm and relaxation. Again, relaxation is first, and your rhythm will help with your relaxation.
And if you get a little spooky when this is happening, what do you suggest?
I suggest rebalancing and straightening, as a matter of fact.
And now let's say you're a little distressed for that. Like, you're in the moment, it's in your asshole, and you freak out, and it's like writing, and something bad happens. Like, what are some techniques that you can guide me with? What if that happens? What do I do?
What if you don't relax?
Mid freaking out, what do I do without ruining it
Again,
and making a mess?
This is kind of like getting into a car crash. You're going to freak out, but as soon as you catch yourself freaking out, you're going to want to calm down. Remember that when alcoholic people, not alcoholics, but people that are heavily intoxicated get into car crashes, they have a much more likelihood of survival. And